you so much.
Okay, hello, welcome back to the Pawlywood Pawdcast.
Episode 4.
Shark Tale.
If you couldn't guess.
We
have some thematic items today.
Well, we're Sydney and Shannon.
Oh, we sure are. Yeah, that's us.
And we've got so many fun little animals with us today. We do. That we've collected from my bedroom.
So soft.
Yes. This is the lobster named Dwayne the Rock Lobster. He's hanging out. That's the best name we've got.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy, I don't know where to put him, and he doesn't work, but Frankie the Fish from that McDonald's commercial with the fly fish.
Oh, that's what I forgot. Yeah.
Yes, and he'll sing at you something. There's one setting that's like remix. And it's like a dance party version.
It's awful.
That was the one decoration I took from my family. But he's dead right now. Like Frankie in this movie. Which is Shark Tale. We did say that.
Right. This one
Hashtag fish.
Hashtag fish.
Yes, that was from when I got a fish for my birthday, and I went to pick out things. And I didn't put that in the fish tank. I just was like, I gotta have it for my shelves.
It's better out of context with no fish around.
Yeah, it's just who gets that unironically?
Yeah, I'd like to meet the person.
I mean, I guess I got it in probably 2016, which I got it ironically then.
Yeah.
But that feels like a very hashtag.
It does. Very 2016.
Hashtag fish era.
Fish.
Yeah, so Shark Tale.
Is it outfit time first?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, if you're just joining in now, also, this is... We're talking animal movies.
If you could... Not just animals with paws, because clearly...
Fish have fins and...
I guess we don't need to explain this every time.
But maybe you're new.
We don't need to explain that not all animals have paws. But that's
kind of fun.
It adds.
Yeah. As we awkwardly each time pick a different animal limb to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
his little paws.
His paws.
Or his little
okay,
fins.
clearly we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, outfit time.
For video.
Yeah, for video. Today I've got a fun blue dress, because ocean. I was like, tropical fish was what I was feeling. So then I've got my little goldfish earrings and my shark socks that Shannon gave to me. Where there's sharks in them. Some are blue.
Very nice.
And I have my fun little my bracelet that lets me track my sea turtle as it journeys through the ocean. That'd be fun. They should sponsor us.
Yeah. You're right.
It's really great. I highly recommend. This is unsponsored.
You have not mentioned the name of any brand.
It's called Follow, Fahlo, I think. And you get a bracelet and you scan the QR code and then you have an animal and you watch it swim around. And my turtle brownie has been swimming in circles for months. So it's thrilling.
Nice.
Yep. How's your outfit?
It's great. Thanks for asking. I have a cape that Sydney got for me, and a hat that has fish on it.
It's such
This is my prized possession.
It's really nice.
Thank you. That's pretty much it today. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's just a general kind of blue fish vibe.
Mm-hmm. The decorations kind of say more than I need to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So, where to start?
Shark Tale.
I had never seen this movie before.
I had another one that I had, but not for a long time.
We watched it just now.
Mm-hmm.
I was blown away in every way possible.
From the very first frame, I was
oh
like,
my
what?
God. I was like just getting set up and like putting my computer down to do some work, and it was playing the first 8 seconds, and I was like, we gotta start over.
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening.
I really remember a couple bits and pieces of it, but they were pretty small in the movie, and I didn't remember most of the rest of it. So.
Yeah. There was a lot
going
on to keep track of. Just so much.
So many characters, so many famous people out here voicing
so many
weird-looking fish.
So weird looking. Oh my gosh.
When was this made? I didn't even look it up.
2000. Good question.
It also was around 2006, like our last one.
Shark Tale. This is really an era, like you said, like all the animal movies.
It's such a weird, like
2004.
2004. Okay, a little earlier.
Cool. That was similar to when Finding Nemo was doing.
Yeah, that's what when I was looking up for yay or nay facts, I saw that they were working on it at the same time. I think Finding Nemo came out like a year earlier, but they were both doing the fish movies with talking fish, for like very different outcomes for what it looks like and what's going on.
Yeah, I will say, the animation was kind of better than I expected, considering how much of just like a
pieces I thought,
and like images I've seen from it. Like there were some scenes where I was like,
I think
wow,
the fish were.
The sharks looked pretty good.
I thought the sharks were fine.
Yeah.
The like
maybe that's
environment of it worked, but like all the weird fish faces.
The fish were rough and very frightening. To be honest, for kids, very scary to see that.
But I mean, kids are watching like Toy Story, and you go back and watch that, and it's terrifying.
Is it?
Like if you like the kid Sid. If you looked at him in the first Toy Story in a while,
yeah, okay, I guess so.
It's like people just didn't know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
That was why I think, if I'm remembering this right, why so many animated movies weren't about like actual people.
Oh,
because they were like, we can't animate a person. Let's do a weird fish. Let's do a toy. Then you like get rid of the kind of uncanny valley of we can't draw a face.
That's really funny. That does make sense though.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I think
that sounds right.
Yeah, that's at least why Toy Story was why Pixar started with like not people. So
fair enough.
And this is Dreamworks. Dreamworks movie.
Your fun fact was, what was it? The first
one
to feature
It was the first one to feature like the Dreamworks opening thing, but like
I don't know why.
I don't think it is, because didn't Shrek have
like the
maybe it was some sort of Dreamworks thing. Maybe it's a different.
Just scratch that.
Something was new about it, and that's what IMDb told me.
Cool. Great fact.
Yeah.
I feel so.
It'd be better if I remembered what it said.
It would be a little bit better if you remembered the fact. But that's okay.
There was something up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so the aforementioned opening scene.
Yeah, we're in the recap phase of our the podcast.
It's most of the podcast.
The longest. Don't worry. Okay, I've come up with some new segments this time.
Oh boy.
So we'll slowly keep.
These are already so long.
Slowly keep adding animal puns. Really short segments after the recap.
Everyone wants more.
Yeah.
So, the first scene already had me lost. There's like a screaming worm just like flailing around in the ocean, shrieking at the top of his lungs. Pretty much. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get the sharks do some old Jaws music. Jaws is like in this world, and they all know about it, and that's what the sharks sing as they swim.
It's really good. They swim around and they go ba-na, ba-na, and one of them was like, "That's our theme song." Yeah. So like it starts out just being in the soundtrack, but then they sing it.
Yeah. So but they go up and they go to eat this worm, and you immediately meet Lenny, Jack Black the shark, and Lenny is like, "You swim away, little buddy," and he like lets the worm go. Does the brother eat it? I don't
remember either.
I think the brother was just like,
everything I was seeing.
You're not a shark.
Yeah.
Eat the food.
So this introduces us to the world of our sharks.
Yes.
Which oh man, it's special.
Yes. The first thing that kind of comes up when you Google Shark Tale is Shark Tale based on The Godfather? And the general consensus is yeah.
Yeah, so basically this is a world in which, under the sea, all of the fish live in fear of the shark mafia.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, New York Italians. Yeah. Like, Robert De Niro plays, like, he's the shark boss. The Don. And then, like, Jack Black also is there.
Yeah. But a lot of the sharks are different actors that were in, like, Godfather, Sopranos... What's another? I feel like some of them are probably in
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
It's that
I love
vibe.
it. And, well, should we discuss the best voice casting now, or wait until his character appears?
You can discuss the...
So, Martin Scorsese is just in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's acted in a bunch of stuff before. I feel like I've never seen him in anything.
Don't really know that he has.
I think it was more just a tribute to his filmography that they put him in this. But that's a really funny reason to, like, cast somebody as a fish. He plays a pufferfish.
Plays a pufferfish.
He kills it. He goes so hard.
Really
I don't know how they got him to do that. It's a mystery, but he sounds like he's having an awesome time.
He really does.
Yeah. So
Okay, so then we've got the sharks, and then we get like a fun little zoom through. Here's Fish City. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like...
Fish City is pretty good.
It has a similar vibe of like... It made me think of Monsters, Inc. when they go through the Monsters, Inc. city, and they're like walking to work, and there's like a stop sign that's like, stomp, don't stomp, but this is like, swim, don't swim. And like you see all the little puns of like, there's the gap.
It's so good. Oh my god. All the puns were so
like
good.
Coral Cola or Coca-Cola or something?
I think it was Coral Cola. Yeah. Honestly, like this set up the movie to be like a lot better than it was.
Yeah, that section was
great.
great. There's like the news anchor doing the little thing.
Yeah, they have
and there's
the like Hollywood Walk of Fame, but all of the stars
were puns.
Like, fish puns.
And they were all like fake ones, and then the last one was seal, and a seal came out and did seal noises.
So good. It's way up here.
Oh no.
It's okay. Everything is fine. But yeah, that was really good.
The only part of that didn't land was the sushi one, because it just was weird. Where it was like sushi bowl, and then it's just like a fish in front of a bunch of fish that it's chopped up, and nobody's there, and it screams.
Like, it's like if I started like a human restaurant.
And then was mad that nobody went.
That it wasn't doing well. Like,
yeah.
Anyway.
And then we go to pretty great. And then we meet Oscar, who's Will Smith.
Absolutely bonkers introduction.
Yeah, it's
so
like a MTV Welcome to My Crib.
But it's just like him.
But it's just him talking to himself, and he's not even in
so much happening.
Yeah, and he goes to work.
He lives inside of a billboard, right? Is that what they said?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wants to be like, you know, as many do, he wants the rich and successful, like, influencer life, basically. He wants to be an influencer.
He wants to be an influencer.
He wants to live... be a YouTuber, he wants to be on MTV Cribs.
It's like if you're rich, you live in the skyscraper.
Yeah.
And if you aren't, you live in the billboard. And he's like, I want to live at the top of the roof and have money.
He yearns to go, like, up above. He lives down below in the deep sea.
But not like up above as in like Little Mermaid, leave the ocean. Yeah. Just like higher
Just
up.
higher in the ocean.
Yes.
Where the rich people live.
There's lots of like food chain metaphors going on. Which I'm...
Metaphors / they just say
it. But that feels like a metaphor.
Let's talk about what the fish look like.
The fish?
If we may. Because they don't look great.
The body part of the fish looks like a fish body. Of course, the goldfish are a little bit more curvy.
Yeah.
But not as much as a lot of...
That's true.
Them are.
That's true.
Some of them
they
are.
Kind of still just look like
depends on the
They're
fish.
just like pink.
But yeah, and then their tails are feet, and their
they sort of have legs that they like walk around on. Sometimes.
And like especially Will Smith, he dances a lot. Will Smith. Oscar, that's his name. Who we both thought Oscar the Grouch.
Because they kept going Oscar the Shark Slayer, and just my brain fills it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only he lived in a garbage can instead of a billboard.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they all have fingers.
And then their hands have fish. They're literally fingers.
Like they could just do like what Nemo does, where the hand like bends the fin to like pick things up. But no, we're gonna have 5 fingers. Not even like consistent.
Because that was the kind of the joke when he was like, like trying to do a handshake, and he was like, whitefish can't do it, which was like.
There were a lot of jokes that were like that, where, whitefish can't do that. And they were funny, but also I'm like, everyone who directed this was white.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
They did that, but then, this is jumping ahead a little bit. At the very end, they make Martin Scorsese the fish. Like, he's got a chain, and he's got a funky hat, and then he goes up to the sharks, and she's like, you gotta snap it. Like, great white fish can't do this, or something. I was like, no.
Just so much to talk about.
All right.
And I don't know where to begin.
Yeah. Okay, but where do they work? They work at the car wash. The car wash. They have the car wash song.
Yeah.
But
it's a whale wash.
It's a whale wash.
All the whales are absolutely filthy for some reason.
Everyone's been like drawing and like throwing dirt at these whales.
The whales also like are billboards, which I liked. They have like
that was
fun
ads
on them.
Which I guess makes a little more sense why they'd be like graffitied.
Yeah.
Maybe. But still, you'd have to catch. I mean, I guess everyone's swimming, but I don't know. They're really dirty, so they have to go to the whale wash.
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, and Oscar, we learn his dad worked at the whale wash, and he thought it was cool, and
until he got bullied.
Until he got bullied
for a dad who was
a tongue
scraper.
A tongue scraper. Yeah.
We get an incredible flashback to his school days with like a sepia film reel effect over it, and
then it like burns up at the end.
Yeah,
like if it was film, but it's animated fish underwater. Yeah. We meet the girl.
Yeah, so
the girl is Angie.
His best friend is Angie, played by
Zellweger.
Yeah.
And she's obsessed with him.
In love.
In love with
her bestie. He is very indifferent / unaware.
Because he just wants that influencer life.
Yeah.
That's really
it. Too cool for her. Too cool to notice.
Yeah.
She's very sad.
She's sad. And unnoticed and... Yeah.
They work at the whale wash.
The whale wash.
There's also, we meet the two, like, Rastafarian jellyfish.
Yeah.
Is, I think, what they were going for.
I believe so.
Yeah, which, okay. So much happens in, like, the first
Yes, okay, so then the jellyfish, they grab him, they bring him to Martin Scorsese. What's his name? Sykes, yeah. And he's like... The shark mafia, I owe them money, and you owe me money, and you are at the bottom of the food chain under the whale poop. You owe that shark
money, so I can give them.
So he gets the money, which I don't really know how he got the money. The problem is we were watching it at Amazon Prime, but in the middle of words, it would cut to a really loud commercial, and anything that happened immediately before the commercial, out of my mind. So there were so many plot points that it would come back and we go, how did that happen?
Yeah, I was also editing the previous podcast.
Absolutely.
So I was not paying attention.
But he somehow had $5,000. My guess, because I didn't notice, I bet it was his dad's that he put aside or something.
Yeah.
That feels like probably something like that.
We'll go with that.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
canon now.
If it's not, that feels like a better answer than probably what it was.
So he goes to the bank and he's about to be responsible.
Yeah. He goes to the horse races. He's got his money.
No, but for...
That's what he did with that.
But then, he was, like, going to be responsible, but then he was like, no.
He overheard someone go, like, Lucky Strike or something.
And there's a great reference to Seabiscuit, which is just so perfect.
Yeah.
So that works out.
And we didn't realize it was seahorse races. I just was like, I bet it is. And it ended up being that. Yeah. Which I didn't remember any of that part of this.
So he decides he has like a moment of weakness. Yeah, I'm gonna bet all my money on one seahorse.
And one seahorse that's like everyone thinks is gonna lose, and that's why the odds are so bad. And Angelina Jolie fish
appears.
Lola.
Oh boy, does she?
Just a lot. And she's like...
She has like a little sexy music theme that appears every time she...
The introduction of her I hated. It was so much weird back and forth of she's like, I'm a sexy fish. And then it would cut to Oscar and he's like doing the weirdest facial expressions.
He's so intimidated
and
by
it did that for a long time.
She's like wearing a dress. Like it's part of her body.
Yeah. Yeah. She came up and was like, I heard you say millionaire. They played Gold Digger as she came up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. That was, as like he said, Oscar the millionaire, like daydreaming, and she like whips her head around and Gold Digger starts playing, and it's like, ooh. It's like cover Gold. It's not like the Gold. Yeah. It's was some version where Gold Digger was in the song, and that was really the only word I remember. But yeah, so then Martin Scorsese is like, "Why'd you do that, you idiot?" And the seahorse off to a bad start, but comes back, almost wins.
We think he's going to win, and I was about to be like, the message of this movie to kids is gambling is a good idea.
But then the seahorse punches himself in the face and doesn't. He comes in last, and they lose all this money, And so the jellyfish, like, tie up Oscar in the middle of the ocean, and are like, come get him, sharks.
And then they, like, sort of torture him, like, with, like, electrocuting him and stuff. That was kind of weird. I don't know. I didn't know it was going on.
Then we've got the 2 sharks. Mm-hmm. We've got Lenny and Frankie, who we met. Frankie's, like, the competent one, and Lenny is a little disaster.
Yeah, dad's least favorite child. Yeah. He's not gay, but he is gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. He's a vegetarian. And that's
it's like an allegory here.
It's clearly, he
so takes him to dinner. He's trying to force him to eat a shrimp. The shrimp has like a long death monologue.
The longest.
Like a long scene.
It went on so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankie's like, you've just got to eat a fish. We've got to tell Dad you ate a fish. We got to get you. Like, he seems like a decent brother. And then he's like, go eat the fish that's, like, tied up and easy to eat. And Lenny's, like, tries to get him to swim away, but Oscar just doesn't listen. And so then Frankie chases after him and just gets whammed by a big anchor out of nowhere. There's, like, no reference to people at all in this.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for the worm at the beginning and the anchor. But that's never, like, a...
We're not worried about it.
It's not like Finding Nemo where that's
no
the whole
one's
thing.
concerned. Yeah.
They just don't care about... But it's kind of...
They're too deep in the ocean.
They're too deep in the ocean, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, what's his name? Oscar realizes there is an opportunity at play here.
Where he can say he killed the shark. And that he is the shark slayer.
This catapults him to massive influencer level success. Yeah. He becomes like the most famous person, the most famous
immediately. Every single, all the companies, Gup, Coral Cola.
He has
he's doing all these marketing
sponsorship
campaigns.
with Gup where he's not wearing clothes.
He's just a fish, and he's I don't know what Gup is because not a single fish wore clothes.
Yeah. There was like an occasional hat. Maybe they made
True, there were some hats. Like a necklace. Like, yeah. I don't know.
What was the big butts line? I wrote that down.
Oh,
I didn't know it was
that was...
They were in their, like, mafia lair.
Yeah, the Don shark was talking to Sykes and was like, get me the money, or something. And it was, like, Italian music. It's the Godfather, but sharks. And then it kind of, like, skips the track. And he's like, come on, fix it. And his octopus guy, whose name is... Luca, which is the name from Godfather. Not one of the main ones, one of the... I think he's one of, like, the muscle ones. He's the one that comes in in the opening scene and is like, Godfather, I ask you this on the wedding. I believe.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. And I know this because I just watched the Godfather show, so I think that's him. But yes. And the octopus is like, yeah, boss, let me fix it. And puts on... what's the song? I like
Baby Got Back.
Baby Got Back, yeah. And it just starts blasting, and he goes like, oops, and then he goes, big butts, boss.
Very confusing. Incredible.
And it's, yeah. So it's like, that's a joke that, like, as a kid, you laugh because it's butts, but now I actually know the song, and it's still kind of funny, but it probably is funnier.
It makes less sense.
It doesn't make any sense. No. And none of the jokes that were for kids made any sense. All the jokes for adults, honestly, pretty good. All the, like, weird references and, like, you know, the fact that it's the Godfather shark.
It's so insane. What an insane choice. How does this get made?
It's just, like, kids don't understand puns all that much.
Or the Godfather.
And, like, wordplay and, yeah. All the references. Kids have not seen Apocalypse Now, which we've talked about before.
Why do we keep having to talk about this? Like, we're at, like, 75% of that. So
everyone's quoting Apocalypse Now.
There's,
everyone's quoting.
Who says, who in the halibut?
Oh, yeah. I wrote down all the fish puns that I liked.
That was good.
I wrote down.
I guess we can save them. I forgot we have a segment.
Oh, yeah. We'll save them, but they're good.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
He's kidnapped by the mafia. Is that where we were?
No, that was a jump back because you were like, when does Butts come in?
Oh, where were we?
We were in...
Because
he's rocketed to fame.
Oh, right.
And then he
has a penthouse apartment.
Yes. He's like, Sykes is like, I know the business, and Oscar's like, okay. And they team up.
Oh, I forgot. The Catholic Italian funeral was really good. For the dead shark.
For the dead shark. They were doing literally a full, like, funeral procession, like, some...
With, like, the...
church prayers, and, like, some really Godfather-y music, and, like, they did the whole, like, everyone's in a line to talk to the Don, and they all, like, kiss his fin, and then he talks to one, and the old shark farts. That was the part I didn't enjoy, because that was a bad kid joke, and everything else about that scene is funny already, and that ruins it. Yeah. But then they talk, and they do a really funny, like, cheeky kiss.
Oh, that was so funny.
As they walk away. Really good. Yeah. So there's that. That's happening. He's, like, rocketing to fame.
He is having a big party at his penthouse apartment. But, oh, no.
Oh, no. There's sharks. Sharks are coming.
They always sing it. It's so funny.
And so he, like, goes... People, like, basically pressure him into going because he's the shark guy. And he runs into Lenny, who doesn't recognize him. I assume he recognizes Lenny. That was another one I feel like it cut to commercial.
I did
and
not
didn't
understand.
Know what was happening.
Yeah,
But they ran into each other, and Lenny was like, "You gotta help me, guy. Like, I'm trying to run away." And they end up teaming up. And then he hides him in a garage.
But yeah, so Lenny confesses that he is a vegetarian.
In the most, like...
It's like, you're gonna laugh. I'm too ashamed.
And he's like, I'm a vegetarian. And he, like, hides under his pillow. Yeah. And then Oscar's like, what? Like, that's it? Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very much a, like, it's okay if you're a vegetarian.
I felt very seen as a vegetarian.
I felt very seen as a queer person.
This movie is the best queer representation of 2004.
Probably.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, so that happens, and then...
But Lenny knows that Oscar is lying about being a shark slayer.
Yes, he does.
But they become friends.
They become friends. A budding romance, but it's 2004. So, we don't quite get there.
Yeah, so they have to, like, hatch a plan together.
Yeah.
To save Oscar from the sharks? Question mark?
Yeah, I think what happened, well, somehow Angie, the, like, girl who really likes Oscar, she finds out about the shark.
She finds him in
and she's like, you're a liar, you suck, or whatever. I don't think she's that aggressive about it.
She confesses her love to him.
Was that then? I thought that was later.
It was like
that was later. Okay. That was when he was dressed up as a dolphin.
Oh,
later on. Yeah. But yeah, so he's there, and they're like, we need a plan. I don't remember. It said something about like, oh, I'll just paint you red, and then you go like cry to the sharks and say, I'm scary. And then the shark is like, no, we gotta take it farther. And they hatch this plan to like fake kill Lenny, so everyone wins, so he can run away. And like
one of the best moments I think occurs here when they're talking about the Don, the scary guy.
Oh yeah.
And Will Smith is like, what is he like the? Or I don't know.
The
shark is
like the Godfather.
And he goes, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. And Will Smith's like, what? It's like, he's the Godfather. It's just a flat out...
Like, I've been waiting for a more direct Godfather reference, but not like that much.
Not just a straight...
He is
the Godfather. Is. You're right.
Incredible.
How does Oscar know what the Godfather is? Is that
I think he meant, like, is he the Godfather of your mafia family? Or something, narratively? I don't really know. They just really wanted to say
Maybe.
it.
Jaws and the Godfather are canon in this world.
Yeah. Of course.
The shark saw 2 movies and went, yes, those are both.
This is our personality now.
I feel like that's film bros. They see those 2 movies.
All we needed was like a Fight Club moment to really round out the
Yes. Because we did have a Scarface reference, which I feel like is another one of those.
There's always one. I think the other best line in the movie was also in this scene. Where I don't remember who even said it, but it's in my notes at this point. Somebody speaking to vegetarian shark says, "It's too late now, veggie boy."
Oh yeah,
and I just
that was
I loved it so much.
It was so just.
I'm gonna start saying that to people when I'm done talking to them. I just anything I don't like. So him and Veggie Boy are gonna make a plan to pretend to like slay. I keep on calling What's his name? Lenny?
Lenny.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna stage a fight with Lenny.
So Lenny can run away and
he practices like his growl. And roar.
Yeah. He like pulls him aside and was like, you gotta fierce growl. And he has like a lion roar. Which like sharks don't
the
make
jaws
any noise.
for a shark.
Yeah. It just and then it's the best.
Your favorite moment.
My favorite moment. Where he's like singing the shark, the Jaws song. But like he doesn't do it well.
He's
and
like
then he goes around and he's like da 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 da. And it's so just it really was great.
It's like I know what part of the Jaws theme they're like he's singing, but it's just it hits different when like a human voice.
When a human voice is doing it and a human that is Jack Black trying to be funny.
Yeah. It's really good. It's like so jarring. I swear there is like at least one part of this movie where like the audio was straight up just peaking.
It was
when the Dawn shark.
The Dawn was like yelling him to sit down or whatever.
And I was like, they didn't do another take?
Right?
Like this is a professional film studio.
Right.
How is like maybe it's just me, but like I swear it sounded.
I mean, it could have also been my TV.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
it's also funny though if it's just like,
my TV that's your TV.
That has like crayon on it.
That has crayon on it and wears shoes.
Anyone listening is gonna be real confused.
Yes, the TV wears flip flops, and that's all we're gonna say about that.
Okay. Yeah, good call. But yeah, so they do their like staged fight. I guess that was the Fight Club moment.
That was it was like an intense, like, they go to Times Square, Fishtown, and, Lenny accidentally eats Oscar, and then he's like, make it dramatic, and he like pries open his mouth, and then says line after line from like 6 different other movies. Yeah.
What were they?
I think I read mine out. It was
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Just like G-Force. Say hello to... Did he do that?
No, that was a different one.
That was later.
That was the shrimp that said, say hello to my little friends,
yeah.
And then all the shrimps came after him.
What else did I say? He did like 3 dramatic action movie ones in a row, and then went, you had me at hello! And everyone goes, huh?
Oh, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Which also wasn't an action. That's just,
just like, okay,
a few good men. Just a law war drama. Whatever. Oh, the horror happened, and I don't know that was there. Yeah, I think that was later. But that was another one.
Which that would be the third out of our 4 movies that have referenced Apocalypse Now for the kids.
Which, like, that is a movie that adults have seen. Mm-hmm. And, like, it is really famous. But, like, I don't think the average...
I think, honestly, that line has become famous independent of itself. Like, everyone is like, yeah, but, like, if you asked everyone what it was from, like, it would take a second to think Apocalypse Now.
But yeah, I feel like that's
just, like, a famous thing to say at this point.
I don't know what would be the movie to reference that, like, adults would all know.
The Godfather.
Yeah, you're right. The Godfather. Okay, we found it.
Yeah. That's why.
There should be more Citizen Kane references in things.
I think those would have fit in well here.
Yeah, like a nice rosebud.
Yeah, or like when one fish died, they could have done like a retrospective.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, "Oh my god, Oscar is the Shark Slayer."
Oh wait, and as this fight is happening, they're playing what Elvis song is? A little less conversation, a little more action. They're like fighting.
Were they?
Yeah.
I did not even know this. I was
so
enthralled.
Because after seeing Elvis the other day, I was really tuned into Elvis. Mm-hmm. So that was happening. Yeah, and then he like dramatically
he knew the legacy.
Yeah. The other sharks show up, or like, all of the henchmen, and so they're like, final moment, and they like spin the shark around, and he chucks him off the edge, and he goes, Shark Slayer, and like yells and like fakes it, and then he goes and hides, and everyone's like, wow, Shark Slayer, you're so cool.
Angie is mad at him. She has been mad at him.
Yes.
When is her love confession?
Then, because after he kills him,
Lenny's
Lola comes up and like
Lola
kisses
just
him.
keeps showing up.
I don't.
Yeah, she just appears. She's ever present, and every time she appears, like music diegetically starts playing.
Yeah.
Like sexy music.
And then so they kiss on the news, and that's why Angie's mad.
So upset.
And so when Oscar shows back up to like see Angie and Lenny, and he's like, "Whoa, Lenny, we did so well," like, and then Angie's really mad, and they fight, and they're like yelling at each other.
He's like, "Nobody loved me when I was ordinary," and she goes, "I did."
Yeah,
it's very.
And Lenny's just standing right behind him in a costume.
Yeah, he's dressed like a dolphin.
It feels very like child of divorced parents behind, like waiting to put on a show. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, Mom and Dad, I'm trying to do my song. Just watch. Yeah.
So yeah, he is shocked by this for some reason. Had no idea.
And then pretty quickly it's like, I love her.
Yeah, which
he goes back to Angie or to Lola. Lola's the one, and she's like, I love you, and Angie sucks. Mm-hmm. And then Oscar makes a really weird face and goes, no, I think I love her. And then goes and like buys her flowers. But she's been kidnapped.
They also they were like disguising Lenny as a dolphin.
Yes, Lenny was a dolphin. They painted him blue. He put on like a rubber band over his face.
No one in his family is going to recognize him if he's blue.
And wearing like a construction belt.
Yeah, which is very like, they won't recognize that Clark Kent is Superman because he has glasses on.
But it'd be like Clark Kent's dad won't recognize him if he has glasses on.
Which, sure.
Which, I guess it was working. He was, like, having a time working at the whale wash. Mm-hmm. But then they're like, oh, no, Angie, she's been captured. Fishnapped. So they, like, make another plan. And now Sykes is in on it because he has learned Lenny is not a dolphin. He's a shark.
We should also mention that Sykes is the Martin Scorsese pufferfish. And he has Martin Scorsese eyebrows.
Yeah, of course.
Which is really necessary, and I'm really happy that they did it.
Me too.
Love it so much. I love how much he sells this performance.
He does.
Like he's really into it. Like he's like really hamming it up, and I was like, okay, cool. We love to see it.
Man,
I guess.
Incredible.
Yeah, him, De Niro, the whole gang.
Yeah. So they go to the shark sit down or sit in or sitting.
Yeah, and they have their like giant 30-person long table
where it's just like all the different kinds of sharks. There's like swordfishes and killer whales, orcas, and then there's like hammerhead. There's a hammerhead shark there. Yeah, so all different sharks, and Oscar's like scaring them.
But we got some really good mafia shark puns, which is so niche to this movie. They said, they were like, oh, forget about it. And then they said, who are they talking about? Are they talking about Angie or somebody else? He'll be sleeping with the fishes.
That was Angie.
Yeah, she'll be sleeping with the fishes, which was so funny.
When the octopus called him, it was multiple, like one after another.
They could have just done the sleeping with the fishes, because that unironically very funny.
Yeah, but
they're very like joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a couple of them. So at the dinner, the shark boss gives a monologue where he's like, I'm the Don.
He's like, I'm in charge.
Yeah. Very lengthy, dramatic.
And then Oscar's like, that was another one. I think it cut to commercial and I missed whatever happened. But somehow Lenny's now fake eating Angie. And Oscar's like, I'm in charge now.
He goes on a little bit too much of a power trip, and everyone is like, Oscar, we have to go.
Yeah.
But he keeps, like, saying his thing.
And then Lenny, like, rose up Angie and, like, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, like a license plate that he ate.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god. My son.
Yeah. I think
someone, like, wiped the paint off of him.
He wipes the paint off himself.
Does he?
No, it's really
because I think they probably learned he wasn't a dolphin because he was, like, eating license plates.
Yeah.
So they got suspicious.
Yeah. Is it... Well, because Lola shows up.
Oh, yeah, Lola does show up. And they're all like, man, if I didn't have a wife. And I'm like, she is the size of your thumb. What are you talking about? How would that work?
She betrays him. I guess she's why Lola got captured, or Angie got captured.
Yeah, she's like,
but I don't know what. I can't. Maybe she wipes off the paint. I don't really remember.
We watched it.
And then you see like the Don's face goes, oh my god, it's my son. He's been missing.
I didn't know because.
And then there's like a fun little chase, and that's where we get the say hello to my little friends
and the horror,
yeah, and then We have like a big chase sequence, and they're in the whale wash, and Oscar uses those skills to like lock him up in all the different scrubby things, and he like
they brush his teeth.
And then he's like positioned it so Lenny and the Don there are like trapped facing each other. He's like talk to each other, and then he's like, "I'm not the Shark Slayer. I don't know. I'm not. I don't remember what he said."
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a real Shark Slayer. And Angie was like, "Oh my god.
I'm
not mad anymore." He was honest.
Yeah, and so then the sharks, they let them out. And the Don has the really fun line of, "I love you no matter what you eat or wear."
Yeah, because Oscar is telling the Don, he's like, "This is your son. It doesn't matter that he's vegetarian."
He doesn't matter he's
and that he likes to dress up like a dolphin. Yeah. And then he's like, "You're right. I love my son no matter what he wears."
I think, okay, I may be completely making this up, but isn't that a thing where people are like, dolphins are just gay sharks?
Is it?
Who
are people? Who are you?
I have no idea. I just feel like I've heard that.
Sure. That is our new...
Which, I don't know. I just thought of that and I was
dolphins are gay sharks.
That's I don't know where I'm getting this from.
I'm gonna Google. Just the phrase dolphins are gay sharks.
I don't know why I'm feeling like that's a thing.
Like, it feels vaguely right, but I don't know if it's just because that sounds true. True.
And where did that come from? Was it from this? Did Shark Tale start that?
Okay, on the TV show Glee, Brittany, a
stereotypical that's why
says, "Did you know that dolphins are just gay sharks?" There you go.
That's why I've heard it in my many watches of Glee. You're right.
True.
Okay, I knew it. I was like, I've heard that, and I don't know where, and it doesn't feel like something someone said in real life. But that's something straight out of Glee. There we go. You're right.
She was right.
Yeah.
Dolphins are gay sharks.
People say that.
But yeah, so they have like an emotional pseudo.
The longest hug. Where like they start hugging.
Long. They cut away like 4 other scenes.
Yeah, so many other conversations, and we cut back and they're still hugging.
And then everything is okay.
Fine.
The sharks come to the whale wash.
Oscar and Sykes are now co-owners. Sykes has put on his hat and his chain, and he's whatever's happening there. Martin Scorsese, you were doing such a good job, and then that was going on.
I mean,
it's just what was happening. I don't know. But yeah, then all the sharks are friends.
And they like have a body painting.
Yes, and one's the Guy Fieri shark.
Yeah.
And then one of the orcas, they make a clown. He goes, "What am I, a clownfish?" That's like the last thing that happens.
Yeah, weird way to go out, but okay. But they have like a dance party ending like G-Force. Again.
Oh, the song. They sing the
They do
shark,
sing, yeah.
And they bring out Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott as a fish and a jellyfish, and they sing the car wash song in. And then it's over. Yep. And then we have a little post-credit scene.
We learned that Hans Zimmer did the score.
Yes, which I knew going in, but I was like...
Did not know.
Weird. Oh, alright. Weird choice. But then, a little post-credit scene, so keep watching if you're watching along. And it's Lola, and she's, like, trying to come get Oscar back. But the hermit crab, which we haven't mentioned, but he's just kind of there, and he keeps saying things that, like, don't really fit, and it's one of those, like, this feels like a joke for a kid, like, man, crazy people are crazy, kids, and it's, he has sock puppets at one point, and just everything's a little, like, I don't understand what's happening, but then he comes out and, like, is like, "Oh, you're looking for crazy?" And then that's it. And then, this was the credits where they freeze framed everyone in so like weird. The most awkward blurry freeze frame of the whole thing.
And I felt like it was referential to something because like sometimes live action movies will do that.
Yeah.
And like a comedy movie will freeze frame on the worst clip, but like it didn't really quite fit.
No.
So yeah, it would just be like a blurry photo of someone like mid sneeze. Like, Angelina Jolie. Okay.
And it's like a blurry, super close up on her face.
But like her fish face. Her very Lola looks terrifying.
She was awful.
Like none of the fish had noses, but she was the one where I was like, she needs a nose because her face is so smooth.
Yeah.
It's unsettling. Yeah, and all the fish when they talk, they'll like stand up like a human and like float like
and
vertically,
then talk.
and then they swim
and then
away
they
and
swim
like, horizontal.
And it's like even if they're like, you know, blocking, one fish takes a step away to swim up next to it, they like go horizontal again and then vertical, and it's just really weird.
It's like I just don't know why. They
and the one
just
moment where Oscar's swimming through the city like a full fish for a bit,
it's like
so off-putting.
It's not like the same character.
Yeah.
Like, they just didn't think they could have them be fish all the time. They had to, like, stand up with their legs.
With their legs and their fingers.
So upsetting.
And the little fins that almost looked like ears.
Yeah. I think they just were ears, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all look kind of weird. A lot of the character design is strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much
the recap.
That's the recap. What's...
Top dog. Any quotes you really enjoy that we haven't mentioned?
Oh... I
wrote all the fish puns down.
Yeah.
We had who in the halibut, cod forgive, holy mackerel.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Holy mackerel. I don't remember when it happened. I think it was the reporter fish when they were fighting at the end or something. I really liked the Pinocchio joke where he was like, I'm Pinocchio.
Who am I? Pinocchio?
When he was inside Lenny, was like Pinocchio inside the whale, which I had to explain to Shannon, but I thought it was funny.
I forgot that was part of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It was funny when someone told me about it.
Yeah. Those were the ones I didn't have, but I love a good pun, so every Godfather joke too. Very good. And good moments that we didn't talk about. I think the establishing of the city was really good.
It was really good. Mostly because of all the fish puns. That was really a highlight overall. It's their strong suit. And
I really enjoyed the Shark Catholic funeral.
Yeah, I liked all the times when they would play like Godfather music, just in the score, and just all the scenes in like the shark mafia spaces where it's just literally the Godfather with sharks. Like, I just want to know who pitched that, because that feels like another one that was like somebody's kid was like, hey dad, the Godfather, but it's sharks.
Like,
and they were like,
what kid is going The Godfather but sharks? What kid is
We know a couple.
You're right. You're right, okay. Yeah. I feel like we mentioned all the other things. Oh, best animal performances, best and worst. I think the sharks were the best. I think Lenny and the Don
these are like...
were good.
Yeah,
I wrote down...
They were all great. Because, they're just playing the roles they always play, but, like, and taking it so seriously sometimes.
Like, really good. Like, as an animal, like, the performance of the, like, the animation of the animal, just a little bit of the graphics part, but that, I wrote down, felt like a shark who just happened to talk, not a talking fish built to be a talking fish, you know?
What?
It looks like a shark,
and
then it just happened to open its mouth and speak. But the fish, it was like, that is the fish that is... This was a plus for the sharks, a minus for the fish.
Gotcha.
But it was like, then we got a fish, and it's a human but a fish.
Just so...
Like, there were some you'd catch in the background, full just human face with, like, a fish body.
Yeah. It's like a mermaid, but just it stops at the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, strange.
The graphics were... particulars
every now and then there were some shots where it was just like, oh man, what happened? You know? They forgot to finish, like, rendering this.
The, like, all the close-ups, I hated. Every time they did a fish face close-up, it was awful. Because they'd, like, really make them expressive, and we don't need to see those lips and eyebrows doing that much work without a nose in the middle.
Yeah. True.
That, like, weird slow-mo blur before they revealed that he was a fake, like, he wasn't a shark slayer.
It was, like, POV, like, I'm freaking out. Everyone is overwhelming me.
It was just one shot.
It was okay, but yeah, it was weird that it was just one.
It was weird.
Very short.
And then I just thought this was an awkward part of the sharks being animated. But, like, the way that they would talk, and then they'd go to, like, eat something, and they'd be like, talk, rah, 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 rah. And it was, like, just didn't look right. Yeah.
I don't want to argue with you on that.
Yeah. I feel like now we'll do a new segment.
Oh boy.
Okay. Don't stop the music. What's a song? Favorite song moment? Like, what did you really...
I liked all the moments where a backing track started up and it kind of felt like spoken word was happening, but it wasn't.
Yeah. I said I liked the Elvis part. I thought that was good. The one that stuck out was when Frankie was chasing down Oscar, and it turned into a weird, like, almost techno-y chase score bit. What was that? Yeah. Because that was, the rest of it I was like, okay, fine, I buy Hans Zimmer did this. And then that random bit happened, and I was like, who okayed that?
A lot of very discongruous pieces of music across the soundtrack and score.
A lot of Bob Marley happening. Yeah. Which, it was a lot. It was there, and,
Huh. That's how I would describe my thoughts on this movie, is
yeah.
That was there.
Okay, another segment. Hoo. Like an owl. That, maybe we'll change the name. But who would you, like, what character would you add to this or actor? Or who would you replace? Of, like, I don't want Will Smith, I want someone else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or let's talk about what characters would you just cut them? I'd cut that Hermit Crab. Yeah. Not a fan.
Will Smith goes pretty hard in this, too. Everyone, like, sounds really high energy in this, which is pretty good. Renee Zellweger was more fun than I expected. Yeah. I had never heard her, like, not being Bridget Jones.
I only had in Chicago. Which I don't think I've seen Bridget Jones, so I think I've only really seen her with an American accent.
Yeah. Yeah, she was pretty good. Everyone was, like, pretty good, I felt
I would add, the worm at the beginning, Steve Buscemi. Yes. Give him a couple lines.
You're so right. It would fit so well. Yeah. They probably could have got him, too, just for, like, a half day.
That's my take. I don't know that I can think of anything else right now. Yeah. I should have thought about this as I wrote down the category.
There were a lot of characters. I would not get rid of any of the Shark Mafia. I would add more Shark Mafia.
Yeah. I feel
who would be, like, who was missing from, like, the Italian...
A cool, you know those, like, sword sharks where it's kind of like stingray, like, flat shark body and then a long, like, saw.
They could have done a lot of mediocre physical comedy.
Some stingrays. Yeah. Could have been good somewhere.
Who would you add, like, vocally to, like, I feel like they're missing one of the big, like, Ray Liotta as, like, the needle shark. Yeah. That's my match. Retroactively to add.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Funny story. Ray Liotta. I for a long time only knew him as the guy who plays himself in the B movie. Because he does, and that's how he was one of the only actors I think I knew who he was, because he was Ray Liotta in the B movie. But I didn't really get who he was. It was just like, that's him. And then when he died, I was like, I think I made the joke to my parents. I'm like, yeah, Ray Liotta from the B movie. And they looked at me with such disgust. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, he's in the B movie.
You were right, though.
And I was trying to be funny, but also that is probably my strongest reference to him, because I've seen him in other things. But I've seen the B movie far more times than I've seen Goodfellas. So,
that's incredible.
You know? That's my Ray Liotta story. Okay. Now we're back to the ones we have. We know. Well, I mean, first, train. Which train I'm still trying to figure out. Mm-hmm. How to Train Your Dragon is pretty good, but I feel like it needs some work. Yeah. I was thinking you don't know this because I've sent you all these songs before. The Dog Train song. It's about the dog train running all night long.
Is it a Doobie Brothers reference?
No, it's,
like,
you know...
Train running?
No, it's one of those... I've sent you them. They're, like, kids' albums, and everyone's, like, a fun animal. Yeah. And it's, like, weirdly famous people sing a lot of them. So I think that's Blues Travelers might be that song, but I might be wrong. But, like, that's a reference I don't think enough of our listeners, of our, like, 20 listeners are going to get.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So... Dog Train, I recommend listening.
We'll just keep it as us awkwardly saying, where would you put a train?
Where would you put a train?
That's the segment name.
I think I would put some sort of subway through the city.
Mm-hmm. Kind of what we said last time.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't need to be part of the scene. I think I just would be like, that adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get some more good, like, subway ads, and there's a lot of good advertising.
Or like, it's sad when Lenny is like, trying to leave or escape, him, like, on a train looking out the window. Sad.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good. I feel like I'm missing I feel like I have something on the tip of my brain.
Well, okay, perspective.
We gotta start watching movies I saw as a kid.
Yeah, you gotta pick them. You gotta pick one. Animal movies was all I watched, clearly. This one, okay, I remembered a couple things about this. I remember there being McDonald's toys, I feel like.
I remember there were, like, fruit snacks.
Oh.
There were always, like, Shark Tale gummies.
Yeah. I
also... Big marketing push in that.
I don't know if this is... Because I was half watching in this part, but when he was like, I'm the shark slayer, and he was like, muscles. Did he do the fake muscle where you, like, push your arm up? Or that's a different movie where... My sister and I did that all the time, and I don't know if that we got from this.
I don't remember that.
I think he might have just weirdly put his fin up, and that's a different one. But made me think of that.
Do you think this movie deserves its reputation?
What's its reputation? Of just curse?
Hot garbage.
Okay. Honestly, I think it's funnier than when I was a kid.
Is it on purpose, though? Is it successful comedy?
It's successful, and, like, I thought some of the lines and references were funny in, like, an ironic...
Yeah, it is just funny that they're, like, Godfather with sharks.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Like, as a kid,
funny, but, like,
I probably didn't get any of the jokes. Like, the only parts of this movie I remember is his penthouse with the big lava lamp, and, like, that whole thing, and, like, Lola being a person, and I thought she had way bigger of a role than she did. I knew there were two fish, but
I expected she would, because she's Angelina Jolie. But
I thought she was more of a character.
Yeah.
And then I remember Lenny in the garage, in the, like, I'm a dolphin, and, like, in the construction outfit. I didn't remember any of the Shark Mafia. I, like, remember the car wash
kids
bit.
would not know what to do with that. They don't know about the mafia.
Yeah. It's like any of the stuff that I now am like, that's cool, that's funny. Didn't even remember it happened. So I thought it was better now.
I think it's fun, though, because this is another one that has some jokes for the adults.
Exactly.
You know, who've seen The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's pretty much one joke that sustains the whole movie.
Yeah, I really don't remember how much I watched this. Like, it feels like it was one we probably had on DVD and watched on occasion. But not as much as the other ones we've watched for this.
I remember this being kind of on every now and then on TV as a kid, and I never sat down and watched it, but I would see, like, pieces of it. Yeah. And never had any idea that would be what this was about. Like, when you told me that was what this movie was going to be about,
you were shocked when I was like, yeah, it's the car wash, and it's for whales.
And I was like, what?
And there's, like, all the
sharks. And then you told me it's Shark Mafia, and it's The Godfather, and Martin Scorsese was in it, and I was like, there is no way. You are messing with me. There's no way I made it to this age without knowing.
Yeah, it's a time.
And it lived up to my hype for that aspect.
Okay, what do you rate it?
2 out of 4 paws.
That's what I was going to say, too. So, I think that's what we rated G-Force, too.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah,
I thought that worked.
The joke's kind of fun for a lot of it. The premise kind of fun. The
just animation. A lot going on. The most, like, hyper-stylized movie to come out of this era.
Yeah.
Lot happening, always.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's time for your yay or nay.
Oh, boy.
I have a bunch. Because a lot of the IMDb facts I could turn into true or false questions. Okay. Yay or nay. This is Bob Marley's only voiceover role.
Did he have voiceover? Nay.
Nay. It's his son. His son is one of the jellyfish. Who's done a handful of other things, but mostly it's just he plays himself or he sings songs. But yeah. Okay. Don Lino, the shark, is physically modeled after Robert De Niro.
Yay. I feel like
In what way?
Well,
what's the one specific thing?
Like his nose, I want to say.
It's some mole. It's not the mole, like, in his eye, but I don't know what. I think that was a typo. Okay. Like, near his eye is the
Interesting.
same. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it was not noticeable that it was him, but I would believe that they tried.
That they did a little, like, we can throw a dot on his face. Now it's...
To honor our talented star.
Okay, yay or nay. The shark's den is based off the Titanic. Like the ship that their things are on.
I mean, I feel like it was just based on, like, any old ship, but sure. Yay.
Nay.
Okay.
It's based off of the SS Normandy, a French ocean liner from the 1930s. And the bar scenes in the dining room are based off that, apparently.
Okay.
So.
Fun.
Yeah. Okay. This won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars.
Better not have. Nay.
Nay, but it was nominated.
I saw that in a Letterboxd review, and I was like, what?
Okay. Don Lino's first name is Michael.
Nay.
What do you think it is?
I think they just named him Don.
Don Lino.
Like, I think they weren't even meaning it as, like, Don as in, like, a title. Like, they just canonically named him Don.
That'd be good.
Okay. What would be funny? Sunny.
Yeah, that's why I put Michael, because I was like, that's the name from The Godfather.
Yeah. What were all the Godfather names? I don't know, just tell me.
Edward. Apparently in some BTS footage that was revealed.
Okay.
But it's I have no idea why.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Interesting.
Here's a long one. Nathan Lane, Crispin Glover, Michael McShane, Bruce Willis, and Steve Buscemi were all cut from the movie.
Oh my god, you wanted him in the movie.
Yeah.
Yay?
And I said that because of this question. Nay.
Oh.
All of them were but Bruce Willis.
Like these trick questions.
All these people were just like various sharks and swordfish.
How can you have Steve Buscemi and then say, I'm good? No, thank you.
It clearly was like they had a line. I feel like
Buscemi.
they were either at the dinner table and they were one of those, or it was like more bits of like at the funeral.
I mean, imagine how good it would have been. Like, that's the only thing I said I was missing was like more cameo voices in the Shark Mafia. Imagine
and there were, and they cut them all. There was such a long list.
Who else did you say was in there?
Nathan Lane, Michael McShane, which I don't remember who that is, but I recognize the name. Crispin Glover.
Who was that again?
I also can't remember, but I recognize the name. There were a bunch more that I was like, that's a name, but I don't fully know it. But there were so many that were like supposed to be different sharks or fishes.
You paid for these people to come do a voice session.
Right.
Just keep it in the movie. It's not like you're really, what are you losing?
Yeah.
The people would love it.
Got another one. Yay or nay? Robert De Niro wasn't supposed to be in this movie.
Yay?
Who was it supposed to be?
Marlon Brando. I don't know.
No, James Gandolfini, who's the guy in The Sopranos. Fun.
He dropped out or?
I don't know. That was just what
they just wanted him.
That was just what IMDb told me.
Yeah.
This premiered at Cannes.
That's so insane that I kind of want to say that it's true, but no.
It is false. But it premiered at Venice Film Festival on the world's largest inflatable screen. They put it up in a big Italian square, which I didn't even was like, it's kind of Italian. But yeah, they blew up this big screen and they had everyone out there. And there was a quote from one of the producers that was like, felt like we really needed to make a statement and an impact with this.
I think they did. I mean, that feels like the right way to do it. Like, show it at Venice Film Festival, one of the most prestigious international film festivals, but do it on an inflatable screen.
On an inflatable screen.
Town square.
Yeah.
Like
a 600-foot inflatable screen.
Like, you can't walk in the town square without seeing Shark Tale.
Yeah. Okay. Italian people loved this movie.
Nay.
No. There was such a long list of groups and their comments on how much they hated it, about how it was like stereotyping Italians and giving them a bad name. And, like, this is terrible. Italians, they don't do crime. And it was funny because it was, like, I recognized so many of the group names from when I watched the Godfather thing of groups that were like, we hate the Godfather because it makes the Italians look bad.
Same echelon of...
And I'm like, this is Shark Tale. It's like...
This is just the Godfather with sharks.
Yeah, the only, like, concession someone made was I think they switched a character name from something more Italian to, like, I don't know, something else. But, like...
Edward.
Yeah. Okay. I have one more.
Okay.
Yay or nay? There's a Shark Tale too.
Yay.
No, there's
not. Oh,
there were so many things.
Like one of those like direct to DVD that just got
I know. There were so many things that were like, it's coming, It's not,
They
as
never
far as I
really
could tell. I found multiple petitions that had like 300 signatures each. Like, please.
We want Shark
We
Tank.
know everyone hated this, but it was so fun.
Aww.
There is something listed on IMDb. The director is the only person under it, and he is also the second AC of The Master, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie. And recently he's been exclusively a like second AC or B camera and a boom operator in like shorts. So I have no idea what he did. He like just went on and put this
that
on.
on his page himself.
Which honestly,
and it's like not real.
kind of want to try it and see what happens.
You are now the director of Shark Tale 3.
Yeah.
According to IMDb.
Yeah. So this is we've named our closing thoughts the grand finale.
You don't have to say we.
This
is your
it.
idea.
I sat before this
very
episode and was trying to come up with puns. And that's what I got. That was the first one I thought
I
of.
really like it.
I was trying to say like final thoughts, but I was like final thoughts. I was like, it's gotta be finale somehow. So
Nice.
it was fun.
I felt like I was going insane the whole time. Just like
It was
with
just-
Shaggy Dog.
It was so much more than I remember it being.
It was so much. It was like overstimulating.
It's
There was so much happening all
they
the time.
really whoever is writing all of these, that era especially, they're really just throwing all the ideas out there.
Uh-huh.
And then a lot of it
They
feels
just
like,
leave
you know,
them.
when you're like mapping out a story and you have all your little note cards or whatever,
Mhm.
you put them on the wall.
Sorry.
And you put them on the wall, and then it feels like they took them all down, threw them into the air, shuffled them on the floor, and then just put them in an order.
Yeah, and then
And
they're
then,
like,
like-
what can connect?
And
these
then a
points?
little bit of shifting, but they're like, yeah, sure. The shark can roar. He's a lion now.
Yeah.
The shark he's a construction worker. And he's a gay shark. Gay, what was I saying? Shark. Dolphins are gay sharks. So, yeah. It felt a little all over.
Yeah,
Like,
it did.
it was fun.
It was fun. It was fun to experience anew. See what I've been missing out on all these years.
Yeah. It, like everything we've watched but Puss in Boots, I was like, that was an entertaining time. It was not a good movie.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
like, if you're
Something
looking for
to be
some
said
fun,
for, I felt wide awake
yeah.
all through it.
I
was
paid
like-
attention way more than I normally do sitting on the couch watching a
Yeah,
movie.
weirdly, I didn't really understand. I was like, it's not like Shark Tale went over my head, to be honest.
Apparently it was
Mostly
supposed
because
to be called The Shark Slayer, but they were
that
like,
would
that's too
be a
violent.
terrible name.
Yeah.
Not catchy at all. Shark Tale is funny.
Yeah. They changed it because they were like, that's too scary for the kids. It could
But-
still be the whole premise of the movie. We could still kill characters in the movie, but we just can't call it that.
Yeah. Well, it worked out for the best. But yeah, there were so many points where I just wasn't paying attention. And then I would look up and like something completely bonkers was happening.
Yeah.
And I would just have to ask you what was going on.
And half the time I wouldn't know.
And I'm not a child, so I felt like I should have been able to follow it without paying attention.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think as children
Too complex.
are just grasping on to like,
you're just sort of looking
there's
at
fish,
images
there's a
and
shark,
Yeah,
there's this whole scheme they got going on,
that's true.
there's a bunch of scary sharks. They don't have the context to go, this is a Catholic Italian funeral, and, you know,
This reversal.
the way they're doing the
character
fin
makes
kisses is
sense.
really funny, and
Yeah.
like they aren't getting all the quotes that are popping up so often that like you can't keep track.
That's true.
So yeah, that's the finale. And what's coming next?
I forgot.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh yes! My most hyped movie of 2023. This is gonna be
Cocaine Bear. We've been waiting for years.
We'll talk about
it next time. But like,
So excited.
it's been on our radar for like longer than kind of the public has known, and I'm so excited. It
so
looks
excited.
so
The
wild.
perfect podcast movie.
Yeah.
He sure is an animal. He sure
Yeah.
does have paws.
Yeah. The first one, without a talking animal.
Oh.
Maybe he's gonna talk though. We don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But,
I
like,
hope there's like
finally,
a cocaine-induced dream sequence of like the bear talking.
I hope so.
It
turns
probably
into
not, but
animated.
I wouldn't. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, get ready for Cocaine Bear.
I'm ready for Cocaine
And now we we end by fake listening to the music.
We can't do this every time. We've already done it.
I don't know how to wrap it up though. I don't know what. I feel like we need to sign off.
We need to. I was thinking about Cocaine Bear when I mentioned Ray Liotta, and I wanted to segue, and I was like, it's too early to segue, but just the fact that that was Ray Liotta's last role.
Yeah, that's what I think every time I do the trailer.
Yeah.
There is a bear in B movie. Connections.
Crazy.
Maybe it's the same bear. Maybe that bear was on cocaine in the B movie.
Oh my god, I bet.
Yeah, we need to think of a sign off.
I think you're right. I think we really, really do, because it's so uncomfortable every time.
Let's brainstorm it on camera.
And when I edit them, I never know where to cut
like, it needs to be some sort of fun phrase. I thought of one and I was like, catch you later.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that for now, at least.
Have a possum day.
Nope.
We'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next
We'll
time.
catch you. We gotta really emphasize. We'll catch.
You're just hitting both parts of the word louder.
Cat. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying
I'm just gonna do like a 30-second fade out over.
Yeah. We'll catch you later with a Pawlywood Pawdcast.